Hello, Karen Wolf here in the art studio this evening. How are you all doing today? I just want to jump on here this evening and visit with you all a little bit and do some painting. How about with a palette knife? Haven't done that for a while. I'm a painter and I teach you how to paint and become a better painter. And I do that online. Hey, Tammy. Fonda. Welcome, you guys. I'm trying to get up my page here on my iPad so I can see who all's on here. Can't see. Sometimes I can, sometimes I can't. So I can see a couple people were on here. Well, actually, there's a lot of people on here, but I can't see what's going on. So I'm going to try and get you guys up here on my page, on my iPad. So I hope you guys are doing well. I keep running into this paint back here, so I'm going to move it. I had a heck of a time trying to figure out what I was going to do on here this evening, and in just a crazy mood today. Y'all ever do that? You just kind of like, I just didn't know what I was going to do. So, hey, Anna. Yeah, Karen's back to her crazy again, which I don't think it ever goes away. Anyhow, oh, thank you, Tammy. See that back there? That was my warm-up. That was me down here trying to loosen up after, just after a day's work. I work during the day. I don't think a lot of people realize that. I have a day job. I do. And then I do this too. So, and I babysit, watch my grandkids. I don't really consider that babysitting. I say that sometimes, but I don't really. I call that spending time with them. I don't really consider it babysitting, but I guess I'm watching them, and they are so much fun. Oh my gosh, they are so much fun. So here we are. I'm going to turn this down a little bit so as I can hear myself, and I don't want to do that. All right, now I can see ya. Amy's on here. Hey, Amy, Snowman ornament is so adorable. Thank you very much. Thank you. And we've got Tammy, said the same thing. Anna's on here. Good evening. Crystal's on here. Tracy's on here. Yay, Fonda. Wonderful, wonderful. Thank you all for jumping on. Lisa, gosh, there's a bunch of people on here. So I'm going to move you guys forward a little bit. So, but I was going to paint Christmas cards. Hey, Violet. I was going to paint, this is just something that I was doing earlier. That's not what we're going to do this evening, but maybe another day. I was practicing. I was taking some of the ideas that you guys were giving me, and I was just going back in on that one and doing that. So, but I think what I'm going to do is just a little bit of palette knife painting. Haven't done that for a little while. So I'm just going to go in here with my blue and my white, and I'm going to paint in the background. But I was going to, and a bunch of y'all have jumped on here with the, there's Heather. A bunch of you all have jumped on here because you received my text. Amy, Heather, Crystal, Violet, Tammy, Tracy. All of those folks received their text. And they jumped on here because they received the text notification. So I'm still going to have to move you guys in a little bit farther. These little 8x10s are hard to see. I might get a little wonky here for a minute until I get you right in there. There we go. All right. I think that might be a little sideways, but there we go. Yeah, so that's good. You guys did the text thing. Yeah, text Let's Paint to this number here. Those of you who are not on the text wagon yet. If you text Let's Paint to 304-245-9690, that's a direct text to me. So when I receive that, then we can text back and forth for one thing. And a lot of people do that, and they'll ask me questions or this, that, or the other. But also it's a way for me to text you all and get you on my list. So whenever I go live, I can just go in and I'm just putting a little bit of color here on the background. I should do this last, but hey, you know, sometimes you just do whatever you do. Heather says she loves the text notifications. I do too, and I know Tammy she said that before, and I know Amy just jumped right on real quick. Violet jumped on real quick, and all of you guys that have that text app, it's so fun to jump on here and see you guys immediately. And I'm like, yay! The app is working. So I'm just going in here getting some blue, just some sky blue background, some blue and white. And I'm just taking the paint, getting it on the back of my palette knife and just going around. Now, really what you should do is probably come in here and, you know, put your background all in first and do it that way. But I had this snowman drawn on here where I was going in the other evening and showing you all different snowman faces. Did you all catch that live? The snowman faces. Do I mix any kind of medium with my paint when I'm doing this? No, I don't mix any kind of medium with my paint when I'm doing anything. It's just paint. Acrylic paint. I used to, when I first started painting, I got into all that, you know, should I use medium? Is there, like, you know, the kind of, the stuff that you add to it to slow the dry time down and, you know, make it dry faster. Well, you don't need anything to make this dry faster because it dries lightning speed. Different things like that. But, you know, Tracy, I just found that just acrylic paint works good for me. I quit putting money in all that extra stuff, and just less is more, in my opinion. If you go into it and you just get into that, but it's just a personal thing. But for me, I just feel like, you know, you can spend a lot of money on painting that's unnecessary. You don't need expensive stuff. You don't need a lot of stuff. A few colors, a few paint colors, a few brushes that work for you. A palette knife is good. Acrylic paint, like I said, is what I use. And I've used student grade up to professional. But like I said, student grade works. What I'm using right now is just some paint that I had left on my plate. I use foam plates. And I put my paint out in my little piles on my plates. And then when I'm done, I mist them with a water bottle. And I put them back, put the top back up on it, the plate back up on top of it. Just invert another foam plate. Mist it before you do that. And then stick it inside of a gallon Ziploc bag. And it lasts for days. So that way the paint doesn't dry out. You've seen someone do it and said it added more texture. And that's a personal thing. That's a personal preference. That's totally up to you if you want more texture. This is plenty enough texture for me. I really don't need any more than this. So this is what I do. But if you want more texture and that's what you want, yeah, definitely. Now, what kind of medium would you get? I have no idea. So I don't use it, so I don't know what you need to get. I'm sure there's people out there that do, or you can do like I do. I Google most everything that I don't know that I need to research. I just get on there and start looking, or go to YouTube and see. So, yeah. But this is just a palette knife I've had for years. It's a Liquitex brand. And it's, I don't know, a half inch or a little over a half inch this way. I don't have it. Do I have a ruler down here? Some days I do, some days I don't. Let's see. All right. It's about a little over, it's probably a little over a half inch. Probably, no, it's almost an inch, like 3/4 of an inch wide, and it's probably 1, 2, about 3 inches. Doesn't seem like it from there to there. So that's, oops, sorry. 3 inches from here to here and about 3/4 that way. So it didn't seem like it was that big to me, but I guess it is. So I'm just going in and doing my background here. And don't forget about your sides. Sometimes when I'm painting with the palette knife, I just go in and do the sides with a paintbrush. Because it's easier. But as far as texture goes, I mean, you can see the texture on this is just like crazy thick. It would really depend on the kind of paint that you're using. Like I said, this is acrylic paint. This is the Blick Acrylic, Chrome Acrylic Essentials. Chrome Acrylic Essentials. I get this from Blick Art Supplies. This is really thick and good. It's good paint. I used it over at the art studio. And the other that I use is the Liquitex Basics. It's thick too. But it would depend on the paint that you use. Now, if you're using like the squirt paint, the little craft paints, you got me hooked on the foam plate method a few months ago. Is that not like the most awesome thing ever? Yeah, I'll tell you, that has been a thing I've done for a long time, but I didn't always do that. But if you use like these little folk art or deco art, they're more liquid. Sometimes you might have to add a medium to something like that. So that's all I know about that. But yes, the foam plates are the bomb. I used to use the plastic container with the lid, and it has the paper and the sponge, and I can't remember the brand of it or whatever. So we're going to leave that background alone. I'm not going to fool with that anymore. But yeah, I used to use that years ago, and it molded. I couldn't take that. I just could not take that mold. I would put not to say that this doesn't, but it takes a lot longer. I don't know why the other did that. I don't know what made it mold and this doesn't. But this will mold if you leave it in there for too long. But what I do is I just keep using it, and then once I get down to where I've used it all, then I just throw it away and start all over. But that's how I do that. But yeah, those plastic things, and then you got expense in buying those things. The only thing that I don't like about using the foam is it's not biodegradable. I don't guess it is. I feel like I'm, just dirtying up and destroying the environment with all my trash. Let's see what you guys are saying. Good info. Oh, well, you're welcome, Amy. Tracy, I've seen someone do it and said it okay, we already did that. More texture. I love the look of the palette knife painting. Do too. Yes, I love palette knife painting. And got me hooked on the foam plates. Yeah, okay. But yeah, the foam plates are the greatest. I mean, you just get those and put your paint on there and have at it. So I'm just drawing in this hat with my knife. The thing with palette knife painting, folks, is you cannot be one of those. Well, you can be. is very helpful to get you out of that. You can't be one of those that's like a perfectionist. Are you one of those? Are you one of those that everything has to be matchy-matchy, perfect on each side? Everything has to be just exact. Or it drives you crazy. You're like really neat with it. Because you can't be. Palette knife painting is not like painting with a brush. You have to just let the cards fall where they may, I guess I should say. Because, I hope you guys can see this, it's not, I'm just taking that and just pulling up on that edge of to get that edge right there, just the edge of the knife, and painting with that, like that. And I would be able to do a lot more with this if I would dry my background. And I may end up having to do that. But this is fun. This is like, just fun. That's all there is to it. So, and two, you got to practice. Just get a palette knife, some paint, and just practice on something like this. You don't, and I'm just adding a little bit of light to get that top of my brim of my hat. And this is the first snowman I've ever painted with a palette knife. So, you know, give me some grace, guys. We did a bunch of pumpkins, did flowers. So if you guys want to do pumpkins and flowers, go back and watch the videos. I have videos on my Facebook page here. Oh, about to mess up my Christmas card. I was going to come on here and do Christmas cards because I'm not, I know it's late, isn't it? Because I haven't mailed out my Christmas cards, and I was going to paint some and mail them out to my special people. Because I send Christmas cards out just to a handful of people, and I was going to do Christmas cards to them. Have y'all got your tree up? For those of you who do a Christmas, you got your tree up and decorated and all that? Mailed out your cards? Well, let me tell you something. I got a tree up. No decorations on it yet. And I haven't mailed out the first Christmas card. So I'm going in with some gray. Just doing a gray color here. Just get in this face. Just doing some gray. I need to dry that background because I'm getting into the background a little bit. Doing anything that you paint white, that's white, you paint it gray. Some sort of gray first. Okay? Whether it's a brown gray or a blue gray or a purple gray. Some kind of gray. You paint it gray first. But this is super fun. And oh my gosh, talk about therapy. But what I was saying, I know I'm so squirrel, I apologize for that, was if you have a perfectionist type personality, this is either going to drive you mad or it's going to break you of that trying to be perfect all the time. And Tammy says, tree up. I'm going to have to move that. Oops, sorry guys. I can't see my tree up and lights not finished shopping. Well, I'm finished shopping. I can't say that. I've got 1 or 2 more things to get. But my tree's up and no lights on it. And we didn't put our Grinch lights up outside yet. Tammy says she's had her tree up for a while, enjoying the lights on it tonight. I know, I love to do that, but I'm just so far behind. And Brenda says she's here, but heading out, and I'll have to catch you on the replay. Oh, okay, Brenda. Thanks for jumping on. Appreciate that. Yeah, and if you guys are watching me on the replay here, type in replay. That's helpful so I know I can see you. If you guys don't type in replay on here, I have no earthly idea that you guys have even watched this. It shows me that I've had views, but it doesn't say who. So, yeah, that's fun. Say hey when you jump on here. So I'm just going in with the palette knife, and I'm just picking up paint, guys. I'm just going over here, just picking up some paint with my palette knife. And I'm just putting it on here. But where I stay busy with everything that I do, it's not out of the ordinary for me to be behind. I have been able to, since I've been at home more, doing the online stuff, I have been able to spend more time with my family. So that's been good. Yeah, when I had the studio going over there, I didn't have much time for that, but it's fun. I miss all you guys over there and painting with you. But I get to paint with you on here too. All right, so we're just putting some gray in, trying to make this the same as the bottom. You want your top and your bottom to match, color-wise. I'm going to have to turn this little guy because I can't get it the other way. Tracy says she's done decorating, shopping, and almost all of her baking. Oh, my lands. That's fabulous. I need to stop baking and eating sweets. Oh, my word. I love sweets. Do y'all like sweets? Y'all like cookies, cakes, pies? I like it all, but what's your favorite? I like, I don't know. I just like it all, I think, which is bad. Bad. So I'm just going in here with the gray is made this time. I'm cheating. I'm using black and white. I don't usually do that. I usually almost always mix my colors. When I say mix colors, I know black and white is mixing your colors. But to make gray, I normally use blue and a brown and a white to make gray. But just for... I didn't have all that on my plate, so I'm using what I have on my plate, and I had black and white on my plate. And like I said, sometimes I'm just using a darker black and white, white mixture for this side of his face, and some dark down here. You do the same thing, follow the same rules. Dark where you're supposed to be dark, light where you're supposed to be light, but you're just painting with a knife instead of a brush. And can get pretty thick. Isn't that fun? Are you guys liking this? Isn't that fun? What color should we make the scarf for this fellow? What do you think? Y'all have any suggestions for a scarf color? Who all's on here? Am I missing anybody? Heather said, just have any husband to buy. Oh, you just have your husband buy for. I can't see, can I? For, so I'm done. Yeah, well, the person that I have to buy for too is my husband too. So, you like sugar cookies, Violet? All your cookies are beautiful. They are so beautiful. I'm not sure, but probably anything that has chocolate. What is my favorite? I don't know. I asked you all that, and then here I can't even tell you my own self. I just do love sweets. I do. So I'm just putting white in over here, just brightening up this side. And it is mixing with that gray, so it's not real bright white, but it's lighter. I'm going to leave it a little bit shadow underneath of the scarf. And then I'm coming up. I didn't mean to do that. Just fine. Ooh, that's stuck. I wanted this side over here. Whenever I want it to be done with my paint, I just wipe it on one paper towel. Clean my knife. Go back in. Get a little bit more of the dark. And I'm just mixing it on my plate. And then I scoop it up with the palette knife. Just scoop some up on the back of my brush. Ooh. Palette knife. And go in over there. Now remember, acrylic paint dries 2 to 3 shades darker, guys. So you think that it's not dark enough, and it is. And I gouged that in with my brush and got it down to the thing. Okay, so there is that. Did you all say what color you wanted the, I want to put a little bit more light up here on my hat. Did you all say what color you wanted the scarf? Scarf color, teal green, red. I've got 2 reds and a teal green. So we may go with red since you're outvoted, Tammy. Okay, well, it probably depends on what I've got on my plate. I do have some red. Okay, so I'm going to dry this a little bit because I don't want pink. And I'm just drying that general area right here beside of where I'm going to put the scarf, because this is so thick that if you try to dry it with the hair dryer, it will dry it with like almost like a crust on top of it. Not really a crust, but it gets like a film on top of it. And it's dry on top and wet underneath. So we don't want that. I didn't have very much red. Right. I'm still sending out codes. So if you guys are, any of you all are any of the coupon code winners, and I haven't sent you your code. It's because I'm still sending out codes. I had so many, and I got behind because of all the things that I had going on in my world. But I haven't forgotten about you. I'm still sending out codes. So, yeah, congratulations to all of the winners. That was fun. I went on here and had big fun with you guys last week. So, y'all liking this so far? Is this fun? This is so fun, I think. So fun. I'm trying to make this one go kind of down a little bit. I want this to go down. And there I'm getting into the, see, that's why I wanted to dry it, so that I wouldn't go pink. But that's okay, because if you dry it and then you go back over it, I'm not sure I like that so well, but hey. It's just an experiment most days. You just do it and go and see what you end up with. That's how you do it. All right, so I've got my red in there. I wanted it to be a little bit darker red on the bottom and where the shadows are. So I mix red with a little bit of black for a darker red to represent the effect of a shadow. So red with a little bit of black, red with purple makes a dark red. Actually, red and green makes a dark red. All kinds of different ways you can make dark red. Heather says, loving it, wanting to do more knife painting in 2022. Me too, Heather. Stick with me, chicka. I am too. I love, love, love the palette knife. It is, I don't know. There's just something about the look of it that I like. And the feel of it, the look of it, and it's more therapy, I think. Painting's therapy, guys. I know I tell you that all the time. Where's my doggone paper towels? Painting is therapy, and it makes us feel better. It makes us feel so much better, and I know everybody's like, oh, it stresses me out. Well, it stresses you out in the beginning because you're practicing and you're learning. Once you get into it and you learn it and you're getting the feel for it and you're getting the idea. I'm going to add some orange to the top for a highlight because I don't want to add, I might pick up a little bit of red because I don't want to do pink. Red and white would make pink, but I want my highlight not to be pink. And if you want yours to be pink, you go right ahead. But if you take red and a little bit of orange, then that makes a brighter red instead of pink. But yeah, painting's therapy, and once you get the feel for it and you're like into it and painting and enjoying it, just enjoy the process. Is every painting going to turn out great? No. That is an absolute given. Every painting is not going to be a winner. I'm here to tell you. Probably 1 in 10. 1 in 7 is going to be, oh my gosh, that's fabulous. I love that painting. There's not a thing about it that I don't like. So, you know, and then you just go on down from there. You have some that you love perfectly, and that's usually, like I said, 1 in 10. And then you'll have some that you like so much of it, but certain things you don't like. And on down the line. So now I'm going to add a little bit more snow with some white to his hat. Just kind of touch in some snow on top of his hat, on the brim of his hat. And I'm just dragging, getting paint on my palette knife and just dragging it across. Oops, didn't mean to do that. I want to add some more light down there. And acrylic paint's usually pretty forgiving, which is nice. Thank goodness. Okay. Now I'm going to do a carrot nose and eyes and arms and all that. I am going to have to dry it a little bit to do that. There's that. Then I'm going to go, let's do, that's still wet. I'm going to draw on there a little bit. All right. Get a charcoal here. This is just Artist Winsor & Newton is the brand that I just happen to have. This is soft vine charcoal. I use this to just sketch in with, and it's just a piece of charcoal that's just really soft. All right, so just do, and if it's wet, it doesn't like wet. Sometimes I just draw in with my brush, and sometimes I draw in with charcoal. I think I want to make this guy cold or mad. I did this one the other day. I think he looks cold. I think that looks like he's freezing. And then I'm going to make him holding on to his hat. I want to make his arms. This is really wet here. His arms going up, I think. Yeah. I think we'll do that. Okay. Where is my paintbrush? And you can just like, I showed you guys, oh, where's my back on paintbrush? I showed you guys the other day the many faces of a snowman. I mean, there are so many different ways you can paint a snowman. You can do, I've used all my black. You can do smiling. You can do, singing. I don't know what I did with my book, but I did that. There's some pictures of it on my Facebook page here, and a live that I did that day where we created them. If you missed that, go back and watch that. That's pretty cool. Just the different faces of a snowman. Just going in with some black. This number 4 round has seen better days. And I just went into the gray there, made black with some white in it, just a gray, a little bit of gray. And I'm going to go rinse my brush and go into some orange sienna for the nose. Oh, why am I painting with the brush? Why didn't y'all tell me? I switched to the brush. And you can. There's nothing in the world whatsoever that says that you can't do that with a brush. You can do some of it with the palette knife and then do some of it with the brush. I just had temporarily lost my mind there. I don't know what I picked up a brush for. I think it's just habit for me. But you would just go in with your palette knife just like you did with the brush, and you just kind of take it on its side and touch down and draw in the mouth there. And since I've already drawn in the mouth, you can't really see what I'm doing with the palette knife. But it's similar. It's a little more difficult, of course, to draw with the palette knife. But it's the same idea. Then you're going to take some orange. But like I said, if you can't do it with the knife, paint it in with the brush. There's no rule. It's your painting. You do whatever you want. Do it whatever you want. So I'm just taking the paint on the side of the palette knife, and I will call it a brush, no matter what. And then you just kind of pull up like that. Orange and sienna is my first color. Then I'm going to go in with a little bit of white. Mix it in with that orange and sienna color. Alrighty. Hey, Christina. Welcome. I keep losing my paper towels, and I don't know why, because they're in the exact same place that I had them earlier. Alright. Then we'll put a little bit of white in his eye. Now that's difficult. You might want to do that with the brush. I can't... I can't see. Okay, so we got his eyes, we got his mouth. And like I said, with the mouth, you could just kind of take your palette knife to the side and just kind of cut that shape in there. With that, or like I said, you could use the brush. Okay, we're going to give him some arms. Not too bad for my first Snowman palette knife painting. Oh, that's funny. I don't know what got me onto that. One day I just decided I wanted to do it. Y'all ever do that? Oh, thanks, Heather. Y'all ever just see something and you just want to try it and give it a try? That's what this is. Y'all need to give this a try. If you haven't tried it, try it. So I'm just making a brown color. I took sienna, a little bit of white, a little bit of brown, and I'm going to make his arms. And I want him to look like he is holding his hat on up here. Just kind of holding on to his hat. I need to give him one other finger. Put it back there. And one thing that it's hard for me on here to do is to paint over it when it's still wet. So what I would do would be let that dry a little bit and then go over it. And it wouldn't be so messy for one. But it's still, it's just so fun to do these. And I'm just getting that on my, I keep sticking it down, sticking the front of my, end of my brush down in my plate. And you can make a sharp edge just by using a pile of paint on the edge and scooting it over like that, or you can drag it down. His eyes look real funny. That was hard. I should have had him looking up. That would look way better. Wouldn't it? If he was looking up. Let's make him looking up. I can't deal with that. I can't see. Oops. I had a issue with styes in my eyes during COVID. I don't know why. And who knows why. And I had used steroids for a while, steroid drops, and it just messed with my vision, and now I can't see very well. Oh. There. Now he's looking up to hold his hat on. That's pretty cool. Pretty funny, huh? All right. So there is my version of a palette knife snowman. So I think that is pretty cool. I think I'm going to do some of the snow spritzing on there too. I think I'm going to take the toothbrush, do a little snow that way. Just take your toothbrush, do a little bit of water. Take your toothbrush, get it in the water, and smear it in your paint like that. And then just flick the paint. And then it puts snow on there, which is pretty cool. And the cool thing about it is it covers up some of your mistakes, which we all love that. I was going to do something, lost my train of thought. Oh, I know what it was. You can put like a little bit of snow on his nose. We put a little bit on the top of his hat there. And you can put a little bit on the top of his... Just be careful not to do that when it's wet, because it will turn red or pink. Cool, isn't it? That was fun. And then we'll take a little bit of paint, put some water with it. I hope you guys enjoyed that. That was fun. I've enjoyed painting with you guys this evening. Tammy says, cute, you need to try this. Yes, you do. Yes, Heather says, so cute. Yeah, you all do need to try it. It's fun. It's, I mean, with the brush, you have way more control, and, you know, you can, make it much neater and, all that, but sometimes it's fun just to, paint outside the lines, so to speak. Color outside the lines. But see, like this one, for instance, I did this earlier this evening with the brush, and it's just so neat, and, you know, you can just tidy it up, and just, you know, everything's just so, and we did this on Monday. If you missed this, it's on Monday, a live that I did, this past Monday. But then, you know, that one's all neat. This one is not so neat, but it's fun. I enjoyed that, and I enjoyed painting it with you guys. So you guys need to try that. That's fun. All right. So there. Okay. Thank you all so much for jumping on here with me this evening. I appreciate you guys coming on and painting with me. And sorry, there's my finger. But if you haven't already, like I said, jump on the texting, community text app is the greatest thing since, peanut butter. Let's Paint, just text Let's Paint to 304-245-9690. And it's, like I said, it's just the coolest thing. You jump on there, you text me, I text you back, and then you can be on the group text whenever I notify you guys of when I'm going live. And if, you know, if I have coupons, or if you want the, you know, supplies link to get the art guide to supplies. I have a art guide to supplies out there if you want that. Just let me know and I can send you the link for that. It's a free download. It's great. It's just a wonderful communication between me and my painters. So get on there. All right, if you haven't already. And if you have, thank you. So, hey Leslie, welcome. But if you missed that, go back and watch it. It was fun. It's a little palette knife painting of a cold little snowman. And we can continue on with more palette knife paintings in the future. We did a lot of them there for a while. Like I said, we did. I did flowers in the summer or spring, summer, and then a lot of pumpkins. There's a lot of pumpkin palette knife paintings. I did a couple of those. I did some on wood, some on canvas. You can go back and watch those and catch them. So yeah, fun times. All right. Thank you all so much. And don't forget the foam plate trick, where you take the foam plate, put the lid on it. You missed it a little bit with the mister bottle. First would be good. And you all, if you don't mind, If there's someone else that you know that would be interested in painting, spread the word and let them know. Click that little button and send it on out there. Sprinkle the love, so to speak. But mix that with your water bottle, put your lid on it, and then I just slide them up inside of a gallon Ziploc bag. And voila. And sometimes I can even fit 2 in there. But it lasts for days that way. The paint doesn't dry out. And it's, it just, you know, saves you money if you can save your paint. Don't throw your plates away every time you get done painting. Now, if you like the palettes that, you know, they sell that have the foam and the lid and the paper and all that, that's great. But I couldn't do the mold. I couldn't take that. So, I don't even know where I came up with the foam plate idea. I saw it somewhere, I'm sure. And then I started doing it and it worked for me. So, yeah, pretty cool idea. All right, y'all try the snowman, try the palette knife painting, and keep on painting. I know, I say painting. It's painting. Thank you all so much. I appreciate you guys. You all take care. Have a good evening, and I'll see you back on here again real soon. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.